Mr. Chernyshenko, thanks a lot for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Right, so 3 years ago, till the opening of 2014 in Sochi, you've said in one of your recent interviews that time is your main challenge. How ready are you? And does this mean that maybe you're afraid that you're not going to be done on time?
Yeah, you're right. We're just in the middle of our wonderful journey to deliver the most innovative ever Olympic and Paralympic Games, which will celebrate the spirit of our new modern Russia through sustainable positive changes, and which in turn will inspire the world, and we can all witness now really positive changes in the region. I can tell you that 3 years to the Games we're in good shape. We're delivering everything within budget and on time, so no doubts that Russia will be prepared for the Games at the highest possible level.
So you have test competitions going on in February on the slopes in Sochi. How do you think they're going to be assessed?
The European Cup will be the first international exam with the presence of International Olympic Committee, and I know that our boss from the IOC, Jean-Claude Killy, the Great, will come to check the slopes and how well we organize the first test event.
Well, it's been 1 year since the Vancouver Olympics. What do you think you've learned there, and what are some of the things that maybe you're implementing in Sochi?
First of all, we were very much inspired by the success reached by Vancouver organizers in terms of the creating the wonderful electric, I would say, atmosphere and engaging all the nation around one positive project. Secondly, we were very impressed with the great sport result which a national team of Canada obtained, and this also was a great lesson learned from there. And thirdly, that the proper planning is the key factor of the success, and that is why we have to be ready for any unpredictable things, like you remember what happened in Whistler, the region which was secured for the snow for 130 years suddenly was suffering with the lack of snow. So we have to predict everything and to be ready to deliver what we promised.
Now, there's been criticism that Canadians built the so-called white elephant and the Vancouver facilities weren't being used enough. Do you fear the same thing about Sochi?
We're trying to be innovative in everything. We created and submitted for the IOC consideration a very solid and thought-out legacy plan, what will be with the venues until after the Games are over. And there are some interesting initiatives again. We're trying to be innovative. There are 3 venues which will be disassembled and then moved to another region and assembled over there. They're dismantleable. It's not temporary. This is completely permanent venues, but you can imagine how excited are the region who are now bidding to host the real Olympic venue in the city which never hosts the game.
But that's kind of the same thing they did in London, right? The venue that they had for the Olympics was completely dismantleable.
Yes, but the dismantleable, that means that they will be disappeared. But our will be working and serve at the real sport and multi-purpose venue in a different region, but in accordance to the same Olympic standards.
Let's talk about the mascot. Everyone is dying to know what the mascot is going to be. Do you know what it's going to be?
Who knows? This will be the democratic election.
Okay, so how does the process go?
There are several stages of the selection of the mascot. First of all, it was a national-wide campaign, and I'm really proud to say that this is the first time in the history of the Olympic movement when all the nation express own desire. And the mascot candidates, their national desire. They submitted the candidates, more than 24,000 different pictures.
Did you expect so much people to participate?
Frankly, no, we didn't expect that it will be real nationwide interest, And we're very happy that that was a competition between Siberia, Ural, Caucasus and the central part who were very eager to bring those own mascot as a candidate to be on the top of the rank. Then a professional jury represented by the most recognized and respected representative from the politics, sport, science and of course culture and art selected the short list. There are 11 candidates of the mascot which will be then submitted to the audience. And the people will be voting like for Eurovision with the same approach, same system for those candidates which will be the most desirable and who will tell the most interesting story and will convince to the audience, so please select me. So it will be like that.
I know it's a different team, but Russia also won the World Cup to host in 2018. Did you advise them before they went to Zurich?
We were not involved in the bidding process of 2018. Like any Russian citizen, I was very much inspired with the great presentation and the fact that Russia had the honor to host the first time in the history of our country the World Cup. And this is a great synergy between big sport events, which is now it's a trend that Russia is bidding and winning global sport events, because the sport is a national priority for our country, and our state leaders they're backing the process of the successful process of the bidding and using the preparation for the big scale events as the greatest catalyst. It seems to be the rather smart strategy to redevelop all the country.
Prime Minister Putin said that everyone, for the players and the participants of the World Cup 2018, visas will be waived. Now, for the Olympic Games, only the accredited people will have the visa-free regime. Why can't everyone have a visa-free regime for the Olympics?
I can tell you that all accredited people, of course, will be provided with no entry visa to access the host country. This is mandatory for any host nation. As for the spectators, now let's wait and see. It will depend on the situation in the world, but I can tell you that we can all see the great progress for the making the visa process more simple to get to Russia. I heard this from my foreign friends that it's already well streamlined and it's much more easier to come to Russia.
Now, you've said that hosting Olympic Games makes things happen. What legacy do you want to leave to Russians and commit to the world?
Right. You know, everything we are doing for legacy. And that legacy was the key aspect of success of our bid. But we are not only talking about that Sochi will turn from the summer resort to all year round resort. It's much more beyond. Sochi works, Sochi as a project, Sochi 2014, works as a, let's say, blueprint for all Russia, working as a model city where the most innovative things could be tested and, if succeeded, implemented all around the country. And I can tell you that we can enjoy already a legacy now. And 3 years to the game, we can already conclude that we have reached the barrier-free environment city model in Sochi, where the accessible environment for those who with disabilities now implemented into the Russian law, and it's compulsory for any region, for any new buildings or reconstruction to be implemented. This is the greatest achievement for the country, where about 15 million people with disabilities are challenging every morning trying to get out to the street. Secondly, we're renovating the region, and we have created a new standard in construction. And from the beginning of our bid, we aimed not only protect the environment in the region, but also enhance the situation over there. And the second achievement, which I call the legacy now, is a green standard in the construction. It's very similar to the LEED or BREEAM standard in the sustainable development. And now any construction in our country also should be done within very strong standard to be environmentally friendly. And the third things, it's also one of the great example that how we are careful in handling with the nature. It's a wonderful example of reintroducing of the Persian leopard, the snow leopard in the Caucasus region. And the last but not least, the volunteer culture reintroducing in our country. The country which really deserve for the better success now start the process of selecting the most enthusiastic volunteers who will be proud volunteers not only for the Sochi Games, but will bring the social help and support in the region and create the very real tangible legacy for the generations to come.
Mr. Chernyshenko, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.